My name is Marcela Gutierrez. I'm a program manager with Wild Coast, and I do wildlife conservation. I changed my role a little bit from being active in the seafood industry to working directly in conservation. When I was in fishing, I saw the fish stocks depleted. Even though you were putting out more boats and a bigger effort to go out there and catch, the fish was just not showing up. So that definitely convinced me when it wasn't necessarily a direct jump from at the fishing company to the conservation, but when I found this job, it was definitely my experience with the depleting stocks that convinced me that that was the right thing to do. The ocean is in danger because we've used and abused it without any type of conscience, really. The technological advances that we have nowadays as humans allow us to extract everything that we can think of that could be of value to us without regards to how that affects ecosystems underwater, from dredging for sand to removing any type of marine life to putting rigs out there to waste and pollution. I mean, you name it, everything has affected, and most of it is human produced. The current situation in the ocean is much more dire and urgent than we all imagine. Really, because it's out there and it's kind of ethereal and to a certain degree a little bit untouchable. You don't necessarily realize how urgent things are. Where does it start? Well, like with everything in conservation, every other ecological problem is that there's too many of us. We have a lot of tools where we're not necessarily allowing nature to replenish itself, and the same with the ocean. So if you have huge boats and sonars and fish spotting planes and all these studies to do and dyes that pick out the fish and everything, you're basically having a huge advantage over the fish out there. Fishing can be sustainable. It can be commercially and ecologically sustainable, and that's definitely the apex of what we should be looking for, really, because some people complain right now that if they don't use the big methods that they have, it's not commercially sustainable. But it's not going to be commercially sustainable if they fish out in 3 years and 3 years from now it's empty. So what's the point? We face obstacles like lack of information. People don't know that this is happening, don't know of the urgent situation out there in the water. They don't know how things affect them and that they will be affecting them. The ocean and the beaches are a natural resource for everybody. They're the public, so really apathy and ignorance about what's going on is probably the worst enemy that we have at the moment. Wild Coast does marine conservation, everything that goes relating to it, whether it's wildlife, wildlands, water quality. We have different campaigns, and we cover basically trying to keep the coast and the ocean pristine and clean for everybody out there, because it's such a huge part of our lives.